All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Scrotitis Plays Minecraft. How you guys doing today? We are here in our finished, well, far from finished, actually, horse stables. We've got quite the inventory of supplies here. You see stone pickaxe next to stone pickaxe, lots of cobble, got a bit of glowstone, some nether quartz ore. Interesting. Actually, guys, that's kind of what we're working towards today. I had an idea to sort of kill two birds with one stone, and that is what we're doing today. We are going to be doing some nether quartz mining, and along with that process, we're going to build a cool little branch mine and some smelting redstone machines, which will probably be the key to the episode. But let's go ahead and grab one of our horses here. I think this one will do just fine. And we'll head on over to our nether portal. I don't know if you guys know where it is on the island, so I wanted to show you. It's back over that way. Now let's tie up, I don't know, he doesn't have a name. So we'll put him right there and head on into the nether. Okay, we're here in the nasty nether. We've got a semi-tower house base thing. I don't know, just put some partial walls to protect the portal from gas explosions. I would like to build something a little bit better around there, but that's something for the future. So I'm kind of looking here. Looks like we need to head in... let's see which direction. This looks like the right direction. Now I want to go down underneath the lava because, as you know, the base of the nether is full of lava lakes. I believe I'm not fully tested, but I believe if you go below level 20 or Y20 in the nether, you should be below any lava lake generation. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's the case. We're going to test that theory out because we're going to be going in about... All right, guys, so we burnt through almost all of those stone pickaxes, and we made it. We're down here, and as you can see, there's nether quartz all around us, so we're in part of the nether that's been generated past a 1.5 update. So what I've gone ahead and done is cleared out this little cove here in the nether, and we need to start placing down some furnaces. This is going to be our base of operations, all right? So let's go ahead and just put one right about, well, that's not really the center, is it? Right there, and we'll go there. I think that sort of centers it out a little bit better. And maybe if we put that one over here, it'll look a little bit... Okay, the problem is I think I made it even back wall and odd there. So anyway, we've got 3 slots in a furnace, all right? We've got the fuel, the finished product, and the starter item, I guess would be what we call that. And we need to figure out how to automate all 3 of those pieces. So we've got our hoppers here, of course. And so we're going to put a hopper in the top and on the back. The one on the back is going to be what goes into the fuel slot. So as you saw there, the cobble didn't go in because that's not a valid item to go into the fuel, but the wood did. So then the hopper on top, you put cobble in, and presto changeo, ipso facto, bingo bango, there's some smooth stone for you. All right. So that's the basics of a furnace and hopper setup. So obviously we're going to expand on this a little bit. We need to figure out the third piece, which is the retrieval of the items out of the furnaces. So an obvious solution would be that we could easily just put some hoppers on the bottom. And as items cook, they would just be pulled out by the hopper, and then we could pass them down the line into a chest. But that wouldn't be very much fun. I had an idea to try to incorporate in this build a good bit of minecart work. And the idea that I have, it includes Minecraft hoppers. Now, these are cool because you sort of minimize the amount of iron that you need. Obviously, a normal hopper takes 5 iron in a chest, where a Minecraft or a minecart hopper would take the 5 iron for the hopper and 5 iron to make the cart. So it is double what one hopper would be. But since we would need 5 hoppers underneath here at least, the use of Minecraft hoppers are actually going to save us on iron, which is kind of funny. I know we have the Iron Golem farm, but we actually haven't made it back to that part of the map yet. All right. So what we've done here simply is we laid a track underneath each of the furnaces, and we put a minecart hopper there. And as you see, you push it underneath, and it will pull out what is in that completed slot. All right, so we've got netherrack cooking, which should result in nether bricks being in there. As we saw, you got 5 pulled out of there. All right, so the next thing we need to worry about is our fuel source for our furnaces. Now, since coal isn't available in the nether, at least in vanilla Minecraft, what is a resource that we have available to us? Well, the obvious answer is lava. We are surrounded by lava lakes, and we're going to use that to superpower our furnaces. Actually, the lava is, I don't know the percentage more, but it is much more powerful than coal for powering furnaces. So I think this is actually going to work out a good bit better than coal would in the first place. So what we've got here is all these hoppers on the backside, and what we're going to do is buffer them so that only the first item slot is available to take a fuel source. Okay, and we simply block that by putting cobble in the other 4 available hopper spots. And what that does is, like I said, it restricts the hopper to having 1 available slot because cobble is not a valid fuel. So it won't be pulled into the furnace. Pretty cool little trick there. So we're going to go with another minecart hopper. And what's going to be in this, we've got 5 furnaces set up, and we're going to put 5 buckets of lava. So basically there's going to be there's 5 slots in the hopper, there's 5 furnaces, and there's going to be 5 lava buckets. It actually works out perfect. It's like I planned this out or something, guys, right? So let me go ahead and fill all of these up. We want to do a little test here. So we've got our lava all full up in our hopper cart, and we give it a push. Let's see. It's going kind of slow. All right, guys. So our test was successful, and we've gone ahead and sort of prettied up our track and design a little bit. We've got a long way to go here, but we put down some nether brick that we've been smelting. And we're working on automating some of these tracks and getting them powered so the way that they will with the full production level, okay? So what we've got over here is our lava setup. We've got a chest with lava buckets in it. And we've also got our minecart hopper underneath there with lava buckets. Now, you see there's a light on next to that. That is our inventory indicator, okay? What we've done is just done a comparator into a block which has a redstone torch, which basically powers that signal, okay? Goes into this redstone dust, which then is inverted and gets sent back into the light next to the chest. Basically, what this is telling us is that there is valid inventory in the chest. Now, if we take these out, the lamp goes out, and we know that we need to refill our chest. So it's actually the exact same sort of notification system that we used in our smart storage system earlier in episode 20-something, maybe 30-something. I don't remember. So anyway, we push this button. It sends the minecart hopper down. It then gets returned and auto-fills itself. There's 5 items in there. The light's out, so we know we have to refill our inventory. And also, we have a detector rail here, which, as the cart goes over, it sends power to the power rail and sends it back. And each one of these should now have a full lava bucket in it. There we go. So our fuel system, our fuel refueling system works. All right, guys. So the next step here is we need to do some redstone work for our item filling here, and we're doing some hopper stuff. Of course, we can't just do it simply. And the key that we're going for here is we want even item distribution. And what I mean by that is we're going to have mass amounts of netherrack coming back from our mines, and we don't want them all just dumping into the first furnace that's available. We want to equally distribute that between all of the furnaces and hoppers. So what we've got here is a line of hoppers that are locked by redstone torches. On top of that, then, we have another row of hoppers that are fed into each other to pass the netherrack down. At the end of this line, we're going to put a comparator. What this comparator is basically doing is saying, as the items pass down through the hoppers, as soon as it gets in the last one, it says, oh, I got an item. Once that gets an item, we then want to unlock the hoppers so that it allows one item to pass down through each of the hoppers above it. Okay? We're going to do that by passing some redstone torch signals from our comparator so that we don't have to worry about the amount of items. It's just the signal that we're catching. We're going to extend this one this way, and actually I think we're going to have to go up with this, aren't we? Can't bring that over from there. Alright, yeah, so let's see. We get our dust here. Okay, perfect. That actually, is that the way we need it? No, we actually need this signal inverted. How are we going to invert that signal? Let me see. We need to... See, I'm worried about our storage location now. I think if we take this up one more, there's our signal inverted, and no, that's coming off that bottom one. Maybe we're going to have to take this side up one more as well, I think. And that should do that connecting to the torch, and we've inverted our comparator signal. So let's test this out real quick. We put an item into that hopper. Oh, that was probably a little too fast. We can get rid of those. Where did that item go? There it is. Okay, so it did go through the hopper, but it was a little too fast for us to see. We need to test it out with a little bit more items. So, and I think the best way to do that is just to go ahead and throw it into this first hopper right here. So what's going to happen is we're going to put a stack of items in this first hopper. We'll just throw netherrack in because that's what we're going to be using. And as the items pass down through the hopper... Whoop, what was that? Stupid slimes. So as the items pass down through, you see the torches going on and off. What's happening is whenever an item is falling into the last hopper, it's unlocking the bottom one, which is pulling one item down from each of the hoppers above it. It's actually working perfectly. I'm very excited about this right now. I wasn't certain if I'd get the wiring done correctly, how long it would take, but as you can see, we've got 12, 12, 12, 12, and 12. So it is evenly dispersing throughout the furnaces, which is exactly what we want. All right, guys, time to give her an old test. This is actually our track that's coming up from our strip mine below. We've done a little bit of protection here. We got little walls put up. So let's test this minecart with the stack of netherrack. This is going to go up and actually unload on top of that very first hopper that is attached to the top line of hoppers. And we can see that the signal is blinking, the chest is unloading, and what we have set up is an automatic unloading and resending. It's similar to the smart storage wiring where, there we go, and it gets sent back down. What it does is, we've got this powered, let's double check everything. 13, 13, 13, 13, and 12. Oh. Well, we must have had one or so off in our furnaces, but that's all right. It's still evenly enough dispersed, those items. So the setup up here is we have a powered rail that the track or the minecart will sit on, and a comparator coming off of the hopper. So as that hopper's getting items, that hopper is powering the block, which underneath here has a redstone torch. Okay, that will then be off when items are coming through. And this block would be unpowered, which means that track would be unpowered. Once it's then, the hopper's empty, the signal would be inverted, the block would be powered, and it sends the cart on its merry little way. All right, guys. So we're just messing around with a few things here. This is our item retrieval system. Now, it's basically getting the items from the minecart hopper. Okay, so we've got a string of hoppers here that are going to flow into the base of a dropper. Okay, that dropper is going to have a comparator which sends a signal into a block. Surprise, surprise, and that block has redstone next to it, which is then passed into a repeater into a block that block then powers the dropper that it's next to. That dropper on top of it receives power from the redstone torch that's underneath. That torch powers the block into a repeater. It's a little confusing at first, but if you look at it one piece at a time, you can see that it works. And then the most important piece is that bit of redstone right in the front. That serves as sort of a regulator for the system, allowing one item at a time to be brought through the dropper. So we need to test out this is probably our retrieval system is what we're going to call this, okay? So we need to see where we need our powered, how we're going to send this back and forth underneath our furnaces. What I'm thinking about doing is setting this up. Actually, I think I am. We're going to set this up exactly the same as the other cart return system, to where it's a powered rail that gets unpowered whenever the hopper is unloading, and then once the minecart hopper is empty, or item cart is empty, you see the switch. There we go, empty, and it powers and pushes it back. Let's watch it one more time. Come with some items. Comparator's on. It's unloading. It's empty, and it gets sent back. So that's going to work out pretty perfectly, guys. Unloading each time. I like it. And just for whenever the chunk gets unloaded, I'm going to put a button on the side here for a manual release of the system, and that's looking pretty good so far, guys. So we've got our auto lava filling, we've got our auto unloading, and our auto retrieval systems. And we've got a little pigman manning the system. It'd be neat if we could get him trapped back there. All right, so we're going to give it another test here. Let's send that up, and hopefully we can get up here before it gets sent back down and knocks us off the track. So let's get to the top here. We can see our furnaces are fired up. That is unloading. We see 8, 9. I had these... what's going on there? Something's got a little bit of a hitch in our giddy up here. Gonna have to put a button on that one as well. But that's what we're doing now. We're just sort of testing the whole flow of the system and seeing how it works before we put finishing touches and sort of enclose and encase everything. We want to make sure that it functions properly. So that looks like that's working well for the unloading and retrieval. I think everything seems to be running smoothly. Yeah. We're going to go with our permanent storage being over here, and we're just going to stick to we're going to have 2 chests, but the bottom one's going to be the one that actually holds our smelted products. So let's go ahead and unload that nether rack and really stress test the system by loading her up with as much netherrack as we have in our inventory. Well, or as much netherrack as a hopper can hold, which is 5 slots. All right, I think we're ready for a pretty nice reveal. We've done some finishing touches here, guys. We've sort of secured the area. We've got iron bars with some window openings, and oh wow, what do you guys think, huh? We're gas-proof almost 100%. I'd say about 95% gas-proof here. We've got iron bars securing a lot of locations, but it still allows light from the lava lake in. We've got our double chest here, which are sort of hiding the retrieval system. I also forgot to show you guys that with the retrieval system, the buckets from the fuel area, once they're emptied, once the lava is picked up, are emptied into the retrieval system as well. So we've gone ahead and we've prettied this side up with some nether brick, and there's our unloading machine or system. We'll see how that goes. Come over this way. We need to fill up our lava buckets. We've got this little walkway perch thing with some half iron bars here, just to provide protection from gas shots, which are fire charges basically. But let's get those all 5 lined up. You see our indicator light was off, so we pull up that inventory. All right, and we send that on the way. Go ahead and fill up our... There we go. Our furnaces are filled up. We still have access to this wiring in case anything would go wrong. That may need some more protection. We'll still work on that. We got that there. Zombie guys trapped back there for the time being, at least. Got a little stepway up here so that we're not jumping all over the place. And a little sneak peek walkway through here so we can get access to the hoppers and the... So we can get access to these hoppers and furnaces to make sure that there's no rails for some reason in them preventing the system. But there's a button that I put on in case it gets stuck on this side, which I think is probably going to happen more times than not. And yeah, that's what it looks like, guys. What do you think? All right, one quick update here. I did have to sneak a lever in on this side for a release on the hoppers. I did notice, again, it's sort of a chunk loading issue, that if there's hoppers in the system and or if there's too much in the chest and the system can't handle it, we need to unlock the hopper, so I put a switch right there, and that's sort of like a master control, just sort of releasing all the items in all the hoppers. So, yeah, that's going to do it for today, guys. I appreciate everything. I don't know if you guys have noticed on the channel or not, but we had a milestone yesterday. We hit 500 subscribers. I'm pretty excited about that. I want you guys to stay tuned to the channel because I'm whipping up a little 500 subscriber special that I hope you guys enjoy. Sort of a synopsis of the last almost year that I've been doing things and how we got to this milestone. Next one we're shooting for is 1,000, so hope you guys stick with me. This has been Scrotitus Plays Minecraft, and I'll see you in the next episode.